think about the founders of the country, and when they created the Constitution, they created freedom of speech and freedom of the press, and understood the power of journalism and the power of the press to play a role as, checks and balances on government and accountability. And it's really remarkable that the foresight that they had, and they recognized that this would have to a healthy democracy. That checks and balances role and that accountability role that journalism has played throughout the course of time continues to exist. The power of media is immense. It continues to grow. We look at over the course of the past, 37 years, the needle hasn't moved a whole lot in terms of diversity in the industry. It's important because media organizations who have large audiences have a responsibility to those audiences to make sure that they're covering as many perspectives as possible. And so I think that there's tremendous opportunities there, and I think that sort of plays well with the opportunity that we have at Langston University and the greater Oklahoma area.
News 9, this building has been in our family for 70 years. My father in 1953 was part of the team that built this building and built this studio, and it's been added on to as we've kind of grown as a company.
Yes, the 100s are behind us. We'll see less and less.
For about 3 years, we've been looking to kind of figure out what we're going to do with this building, and we've got a new news set which we have to put in. We have a lot of new technology which we've got to put in and bring the next generation of broadcast equipment to our company. If we put that equipment in this building, we were going to be here for the next 15 years. But what we wanted to do was go plant our flag in downtown Oklahoma City. In the discussions we had is that leaves a problem. If we abandon this building, there's going to be a hole in this community, and we just didn't want to leave this community alone. And we went on a search to say, how can we be part of something bigger than ourselves? And then it just dawned on me, Langston's got a journalism program. And then we met with the president of Langston, Dr. Smith, and we started talking about this as a donation.
We began to come to grips with, holy cow, this is life-changing in the history of the university. It went from just a building to a building and land to all of the equipment, existing equipment in which they're doing current newscasts from, to every table and chair, computers, fiber optic cabling. This changes everything. This impacts our entire university family, because now we can think of Oklahoma City and our Oklahoma City campus in an entirely different realm that we just couldn't before.
And then we started talking about the journalism program, because there's an incredible need for black journalists in America. So by having a historically black college with a great journalism program, it will help us all reflect what's going on to the community as a whole.
So imagine a program like ours will go from a program that was struggling to keep up equipment-wise, struggling to put students on the latest and greatest, to literally having the latest and greatest, not only in the state, in the region. This probably puts us in the top 20% in the country overnight. And I'm talking about journalism from top to bottom, not just on-air talent, not just production folks, but literally sales folks, management team members, teaching someone how to grow into a management position. That doesn't happen for a lot of minorities, but we will have the opportunity to build all of that and more, because we're starting off with a real live TV station as it exists today.
This type of gift really gives Langston not just a head start, but it really puts them ahead of a lot of other institutions who endeavor to do this type of training, this hands-on learning. Recruiters are going to look more closely at Langston when they're looking for students who understand how to use the editing equipment or how to produce a newscast.
I believe when we look back at this collectively, this will be a hallmark moment for our state, for Langston University, and for journalism as a profession. it gets better. You're sitting in the new home of Langston University journalism.
What?
In January, this is Langston University journalism. The desk you're at is Langston University. This camera is now camera you get to work on, the production equipment, all the lights, every TV that you see in this facility is ours.
Thank you, thank you. I'm just gonna say, like, this is honestly like a stepping stone for not only like minorities, but especially African Americans to be in the newsroom. You know, like, because representation matters, and like the older you get, the more you believe, like, wow, if I see someone like me, then I can be that person. And so I'm sure this is gonna impact so many different students.
I think he truly gave justice to the Black and brown community when it came to like broadcast journalism, because we don't get a lot of the opportunities, we don't get a lot of space when it comes to being in this career field. So I really think that having this studio and his donation will impact more people than he realizes.
Instrumental in
Dr. Smith and his team are getting this behind this. They're building a plan. What I would just say to alumni, to donors, whoever, and just say, get behind this.
And if you're looking for something to believe in that will change, fundamentally change, not only Langston University, but journalism as a whole, it's no doubt in my mind, this is it. If you can't get excited about that, I don't know what gets you excited.